Hey friends, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Let's Play Civ 6 Gathering Storm with me, Light Grey Mage, playing as Queen Sandune of Korea. If you have been following the thread of these videos, you will know that we are at war with Dido over here to the west. I kind of want to skip through the war with Dido as fast as possible. At this point in this particular game, I'm kind of already over and done with being at war with her. I'm not really going to get a whole lot more out of being at war with her unless I can pick up one more city, which I'm not really sure is even such a good idea for my civilization at this point, because I really need to be building buildings here. So right here, we're going to just do some advancement of troops and a little bit of border war as we move over here toward Ugart and start trying to move some of these troops through this narrow pass by Jeonju. And we're going to go ahead and move our warlord over here to Carthage, just to help clear up any sort of issues we might have with newly founded or newly taken city. Jeonju has just completed the Governor's Plaza. Audience Chamber isn't going to help us. I think we want to go with either Warlord's Throne or Ancestral Hall. Warlord's Throne will be great in case we ever need to take over any other cities. And we're just going to move our troops forward here. We're not going to be getting a whole lot of troops over this little bay here, but I do still want to keep Carthage reinforced. Alright, we're going to do a little quick smash cut to Charles Darwin heading over to the Chocolate Hills over here. Charles Darwin gives us more science the more natural wonder tiles he's close to. And here we're just trying to negotiate this war through this one hex pass. It's going to be pretty time consuming, so I'm going to skip over a lot of this battle. Like I said, in terms of the scheme of the bigger game, we don't really care a whole lot about taking this additional city of Ugart. So I'm going to go ahead and skip forward a little bit. I wanted to draw attention to this cheeky little settlement up here by Gang Zheong over here called Am I Right? This settlement is like right next to this volcano. And it's taking up one of my volcano tiles, so that settlement is definitely not going to make us happy. Dido's trying to ask for peace here. But we're going to continue trying to invade Ugart for at least a little while longer. I do want to see if I can get a Big Ben build in here, if I can. And for Carthage, well... gotta clear it. Oh no. That went to Jeonju and not to Gyeongju. Oh well. So, I'm gonna zoom forward here a little bit, but right now we're just dithering with what we're doing with our cities. We're zooming forward to check on the threatening of Ugart. I moved my forces over there, and kinda tired of being at war with Dido at this point. I really want to cash in on this great scientist, Charles Darwin. So we're going to continue to threaten Dido for just a little bit here, but I want to declare peace with her in a fairly short time frame. I just lost my bombard. That sucks. Oh, she already has selected to cede Carthage. This might be a good deal. I might just take this if I can get some extra amenities or gold. Let me see. Yeah, that works. So I'm going to go ahead and pull my troops back here. I could really just leave them in Cahokia so that I'll be prepared for invasion later on. But we also have theological combat to worry about here. You can see we got plus 250 Nunyaism in all these cities, which is awesome. I'm gonna need to get open borders so that I can get my troops out of there, because some of my troops got displaced to west of Dido's territory here. I want to get this guy back over into my territory. So with Dido out of the way, we can continue to just build our civilization up here. I do want to take a look at what we're doing with Charles Darwin and our science. So we've got a pretty good amount of defensive forces here, and don't really need Ugart over here. It's not really my intention to own as many cities as possible, but I gotta get building upward.
In the past 200 years has done more to save lives and improve health than the sanitation revolution.
Gotta do some shuffling of troops here. I'm gonna go ahead and just fast. Okay, jumping into a World Congress here. Getting bonus yields from city-states we're trading with. We're gonna go with scientific city-states. Migration treaty. We get plus 20% faster growth, but a lower loyalty. We're going to try and get that if we can. And let's see what the votes do. Oh, it looks like we missed out on migration treaty.
Bolt actions speak louder than words.
And finished rifling. Nice. So at this point, got 9 more turns to finish this holy site. I want to build a galley and then finish the holy site. We're going to look for oil and try and chop out this Oxford University here in Gyeongju. And here we're just moving our apostles to guard our territory. You can see in Carthage here, our city's population is pretty much maxed out. So we can faith purchase a university and get started working on the granary here. So the city can continue to grow, and then we'll get some more population to let it grow a little bit faster. And let's see what Charles Darwin does. He's going to give us 2,000 science for this location. And steel costs about 1,500 science. So if we get our Hiwi Tlakali, we don't really need this. Okay, so we're getting 500 science for each tile or adjacent upon activation. This is going to give us 2,000 science.
There are 3 things extremely hard.
Nice. And we're going to get a little bit of overspill. Kind of a toughie. Let's go for radio. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and build a farm here because we're getting adjacency bonuses from the Seon.
The clever men at Oxford know all there is to be known, but they none of them know 1/2 as much as intelligent Mr. Toad. Untutored courage is useless in the face.
So we picked up buttress and advanced ballistics, Which is nice, because I totally missed the free tech that I picked up just there. Oh well. It was buttress, which will allow us to build dams and the Hagia Sophia. So we're definitely going to want to build a sewer there, like, next turn, so we can continue to get population growth in the capital. That Oxford University get is really nice with Korea, though, because we definitely want to have a high science for this game. We love to see a nice gentle eruption.
Not all who wander.
Could build a nice little +3 theater on that hill by the campus there. And we can't build anything on top of an artifact. So let's send this worker over here. And improve our other cities. You can see we're getting a really good amount of food adjacency here from the Seon. I should probably have this worker come down and build a mine there. Let's see if we can start a fight. Not that I really need to. It's more holding down these city-states, because Dido over here has taken over 2 of these city-states out of 4. So I'm holding on to Cahokia and Babylon. Uh-oh.
The key words of violent economics: human nature.
So we have discovered coal, which we got 1 in our territory, 2 in our territory. Oh, looks like we're already starting to pick up coal. Nice. So we got 2. And we also got a Dark Age, which is rough. Ouch. So we're taking Hixont Draconis. We're going to start sending these apostles over the sea, I think, to do some overseas scouting. You can't really see the map under my broadcast icon, but we haven't really explored a whole lot of the world by now. Which it's about turn 215. Yeah, we should probably have the world discovered. Alright, let's see what we're doing with our policies here. We definitely want bonus for wonder building. It wouldn't hurt to get religious orders, but we also want a lot of science. So we got 2 policy cards for diplomacy, 1 for building defensive buildings, 1 for science. It's pretty well balanced. I really wanted St. Basil's Cathedral here. This faith purchasing is such a strong mechanism. We can just faith purchase all of our science buildings, all of our cultural buildings, and it's just a really strong mechanic. You can see Phoenicia is rattling some sabers over here. It looks like they're probably going to start attacking Cahokia in a few turns, which is irritating. This tooltip is suggesting that I build a farm over here, which I think I will do. Oh my gosh. They have field cannon armies. Cahokia has a defense of 77 and some musket men. We should probably still start moving some troops over here. We are definitely going to need flight in order to start handling the military threat of Phoenicia. So Jeonju has finished their aqueduct, and it just looks so great. Look at that. You just love to see a nice aqueduct. Yeah, we need to get prepared for war with Phoenicia. A stable will give us some bonus to cavalry, which we're going to need some cavalry. We have a really good amount of ranged units here, but not a whole lot of cavalry. Yep, called it.
I only understand friendship. Or scorched earth.
Let's see if we can swing Babylon. It'll be nice to have them on our side when we go to war with Phoenicia here. We have the conscription policy in place. We have the upgrades in place. Still working on Big Ben over here, which is fine. This all looks good. Can squeeze a little bit more gold out of Merchant Confederation though, which I think I'm going to go ahead and do. So we got pretty much just science and gold right now. We're going to need a lot more gold as we start going to war with Phoenicia. Letters of Marque is pretty tempting here. We're in a dark age. We're not really getting a whole lot of gold out of our trade routes, but I don't really want to replace any of my other policies with it. On second thought, yeah, this is fine. I do need to rustle up some gold from my allies, though. Okay. Just trying to figure out how much gold I can get here. How much gold can I get for free? Getting a pretty good amount of gold income from these diplomatic favor deals as we are getting ready to go to war with Phoenicia again. Phoenicia's just being really aggressive this game. Like, super aggressive. Oh nice, we can form corps now. I'm gonna need to move my huachas around so I get the best combinations. I want to make sure that I'm combining non-promoted units. And skipping forward here a little bit, we have discovered aluminum, which is great. Aluminum is going to help us get our aircraft going. You can see Cahokia has taken a few hits, but they're doing okay. for having a bombard and a field cannon army. We're just monitoring the situation right now.
Wie handel weigert, denkt...
Okay. Now, if you saw that settler over by Brussels, you've got a keen eye, and you will see that they're moving their settlers to the north, which I don't know why, because I don't even know what's over there. I haven't really explored much of the world this game. Looks like Cahokia's taken a little bit of damage. Looks like we got some bonus to production and a couple of other tiles here. So right here we're combining our huachas that have the best promotions with the huachas that have the with ones that have no promotions. That's what I'm trying to say. And I think we want to promote Pengala and start getting bonuses on space race projects. We're going to be in space race here in a minute. Why can I not build a mine here? Oh. I must have got a free view for oil for some achievement. There's a great scientist that lets you see oil for free, but you still have to figure out how to refine it. So we're just saving up gold to upgrade these guys right now.
What I like about cities is that everything is king size, the beauty and the ugliness.
So the policy card that we had in here previously was, I believe, conscription, and we have conscription right now. Something got replaced with force modernization. I really want to get more gold any way I can if I can get extra gold here. And right here, we're just positioning ourselves for a land war over this Cahokia state here. I don't have a casus belli for this. So I'm gonna have to denounce Phoenicia here. Yep. So here we have our first archaeologist, Gyang Aok. And we've cleared this spot that was covered by an artifact in the capital city's tiles. It looks like Dido has snuck up a field cannon on my southern coast down there. That's fine. We'll deal with it with aircraft. We're gonna start building aircraft in a couple of turns here. And tanks. Gonna send this archaeologist over to Rapa Nui and grab their artifact that they have not dug up. And let's go ahead and put a mine here. Or a farm, whatever. It looks like we didn't get the Big Ben here. Oh. We have to have our commercial hub to be able to work on the Big Ben. And right here we're just exploring and observing that field cannon. So we are now at war with Dido again. I really think I want to send this cavalry up here. See if I can keep this field cannon from getting its settler to its destination. So we can now produce tanks, but we're not quite to the point of being able to make aircraft yet. So we can check Dido pretty well from here, and it's going to be about 3 turns until we can start working on our aircraft. And you can see that I've given Dido a pretty good push right here.
In order to rally people, governments need enemies.
We're going to snag this artifact from Rapa Nui. And we've earned a great scientist. No really good place for a commercial hub. It might be time to get started working on a theater square. Nothing. Oh, nice. We definitely need an aerodrome. Universities provide plus for science? Yes, please. So, I'd like to note that we got Albert Einstein here in, what is this, 1690 AD?
If God had really intended men to fly, he'd...
We're gonna go ahead and get started on the space race research, so that we can eventually get to a point where we will be, oh yeah, we got this. So we're trying to hold Dido off, while also starting on the infrastructure for aircraft, so we can start blowing up some of Dido's stuff over here. So just to say, a lot of this commentary that I put on my videos, I put on after the fact. So while I'm looking around this way, it's kind of difficult for me to tell what I'm looking for in retrospect. I'm obviously trying to figure out what I want to build in Carthage over here. And looking around for cities where I can buy research labs. So as a note to self, we're getting an artifact from the territory of Gilgamesh over here, and he's going to complain about it. But we're going to get 30 diplomatic favor from doing it. And you can see over there the Netherlands looks like it's gearing up for a full-on war with Gilgamesh down there. Looks like we're not quite gonna catch this this settler. So you can see Cahokia has pretty much repaired itself by now, which is great. Dido has really backed off of attacking Cahokia over here. And now we can start building aircraft. Bomber has 110 strength. Let's go ahead and do some repairs. It looks like one of our districts was damaged. Oh man. Let's see if we can't get Big Ben knocked out. Although we are over... See, when your buildings get damaged, your housing goes down, and that means your city can't grow anymore. Nice. Being able to faith purchase science buildings is just so powerful. Taking a little bit of a risk moving our artillery into the range of their ranged unit there, but yeah, see, they founded that city over there. But it looks like it's gonna revolt. So I can't move into these tiles without being taking the risk of getting hit by their city walls, so I need to upgrade before I continue moving. And let's get started on these bombers. These natural disasters are just taking me so long to repair. In the future, I might really want to start thinking about getting that governor promotion where the city is prevented from sustaining environmental damage. That's a good one to keep in mind. Looks like Phoenicia's working on a wonder over here. Looks like it's the Hermitage. Looks like Dido is trying to do some theological warfare here, but we always got that thing on us. Still over on housing. So we can push Phoenicia to rebellion if we can get them to convert religions. And I see that I've made a miscalculation here, which is that my Watcha has taken damage from that military encampment over there, so he might actually die. I think this Watcha is just going to have to go out in a blaze of glory. I really don't want to be at war with Dido if I don't have to be. At least not until I get airplanes. So you can see that we're working on some airplanes here. I think I'm going to go ahead and conclude this episode here. You can see that Dido has settled another city up there, and we successfully defended Cahokia and Babylon. We'll see what we're doing with Seoul next episode. Actually, let's see if we can't just knock this out right now. What do you want to do with Seoul? Mausoleum of the Harnacesis? Finish that holy site? That's a good plan. We're getting a lot of mileage out of Faith purchasing our buildings with Korea here. Well, thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and like and subscribe. I'll go ahead and continue to post more videos of this game of South Korea, Queen Sandu, just as soon as I can get them out. I'm kind of experimenting with doing more video editing here, so it's more of a time-intensive process, but I think I want to get my videos down to, you know, like five episodes per game. And I think this editing process is actually speeding up our game quite a lot here. Yeah, neither